This week on Americana Outdoors, we're taking a look at a unique deer whose majestic appearance and legendary table fare ranks it as one of the most coveted game animals among many hunters, the axis deer.
You know, the axis deer, gosh, I've got about a 30-year love affair with them. One of my top 5 favorite animals in the world. Not only is it one of the prettiest, most majestic coats, they are beyond a tough challenge for a lot of different ways to hunt them, in my opinion. Their body size will fool you when you first see one. You know, if you look at a lot of places that have whitetail that are 200 plus pounds, that's what you're looking at with a lot of axis. Very deep chested, very durable, very tough, built to get away. You know, a big axis buck, you think, how can he get them 30 plus inch antlers through the brush? Well, they tip that head back and they're gone. Their sense of smell is legendary, their eyesight, their hearing, incredible. They are without question one of the wariest animals, I believe, that you'll ever hunt, and they're gonna challenge you to, when it comes time to make the shot, to put it where it needs to be. The vitals on an axis are very far forward. They're not in the same traditional spot where a whitetail is, and I think that causes a lot of mishaps, especially for bow hunters. Aiming at that crease or aiming 3 inches back from that crease, well, that's the guts on an axis. So studying an axis is very important. Hunting styles, tree stands, ladder stands, tripods, on the ground, all that plays a big role. They rub trees like a whitetail, they make scrapes like a whitetail. They're very vocal during their breeding season. You can find axis in hard antler 12 months out of the year, and you find the does dropping babies 12 months out of the year. And that's what makes them really one of the most unique animals, is you can hunt them year round and enjoy it. And if you are ever fortunate enough to just take one to fill your freezer, that's great. If you're ever fortunate enough to take a trophy axis, you will remember it as one of the highlights of your hunting career, I feel, and it will take a place of pride on your wall.
To kick things off, we're joining Amanda Popp on not only her first hunt for one of these beautiful deer, but for her very first Texas hunting experience. While she gets dialed in at the range with the TC Compass 2 rifle she'll be using for her hunt, let's hear what brings her to camp and what she's most excited to see.
We are at Wade's hunting camp, and I've worked with Wade for almost 15 years, and this is my first trip out here with him. Wade said there's whitetail, there's axis, aoudad, and I initially was really excited about aoudad and axis both. I've killed quite a few whitetail, which I know Texas whitetail are a little different than Nebraska and Colorado whitetail, but the exotics were really intriguing to me, something different than I'd see at home. So Wade and I had been talking for a couple of months. I know he'd been watching kind of the trail cams, so we decided that that's what we were gonna go for.
He's dead, and he's dead.
Okay.
We'll shoot it a couple more times just so you're used to it. I mean, this is exactly where that gun is sighted in. We're about an inch high at 100 yards. So if you were aiming at the green,
Yep.
That's dead perfect where it is.
Now that Amanda's all set up and ready to go, it's time to head out into the field for her first morning of Texas hunting.
First morning out was beautiful. There was 50 plus turkey, there were whitetail everywhere. We saw a sika deer, which I had never seen before, which was also really cool. We saw some smaller axis, but not anything that was really what we were targeting. I couldn't believe how many different things that we just saw. There was nothing discouraging to me about not feeling like I saw a shooter that first morning.
After having no luck in the morning, our team decides to move to a new area for an afternoon hunt.
Had a really great hunt this morning. I saw a ton of deer, whitetail. We saw lots and lots of turkey practically landed in our laps. It was really cool. A beautiful area, but not quite the size of axis that we were looking for. So we are going to try a new area this evening. It's a little bit warm, but we've been seeing some great axis on the trail cams, and I'm excited to see what we'll encounter.
For this hunt, they switch up their tactics and get situated in a tree stand, giving Amanda an advantageous view of the action below.
Hey, we got a pretty big axis out there.
Right on the other side of that whitetail.
Yeah.
Blocking my shot.
Yeah.
He's pretty real. Can you see him?
Yeah, I can see him.
one that I think definitely would be a contender to shoot. Thinking he was probably around a 28, but did not cooperate and give us a good shot. Waiting to see if he comes back tonight, but if he doesn't, still really excited that I saw my first shooter access, so we'll see what happens.
After patiently waiting for the regal axis to emerge from the densely brushy area, our team has decided to call it a night.
Day 2, back in the same location we left last night. Saw a really nice axis, kind of got my heart beating, and we're going to see if we can maybe get a shot at him today or see if there's something maybe a little bit bigger.
How do you feel about the hunt so far?
I'm having a really great time out here first hunt in Texas and seeing lots of different things and excited for the opportunity.
So we got up early, got in there, you know, in the dark. Crawling into a tripod in the dark was something new for me, but we'd been there the night before and that went really well. We got up in and kind of got in extra early, made sure that we were all set and ready to go, and saw 1 or 2 aoudad for the first time. I'm really intrigued by the aoudad now that I'm actually seeing them. There were 2 of them down there, probably 2-year-old, 2 to 3-year-old maybe. They were not a target ram probably by any means, not anything we would have taken, but even their coats were a different color, and I really would have liked to have seen more of them, and so excited to see them. We didn't really see any axis that morning. Some really nice whitetail came in, and now I'm really getting conflicted because there's 2 or 3 bucks in there that could definitely have been contenders for a shooter buck if we decided that we were gonna go for a really nice Texas whitetail. But in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking about that axis that we had seen the night before.
As another day of hunting comes to an end, these axes have proved how their cautious and alert nature can make for a difficult hunt. However, this doesn't discourage Amanda and only increases her excitement for what tomorrow may bring. As we head into day 3 here in Texas, Wade joins us in a pop-up blind in an area where he's seen a lot of appearances for several mature axes.
So we got everything set up and we sat there couple of hours, and Wade called it. He said when they come in, you know, we're gonna have to kind of let them settle in and get comfortable again before we probably start seeing them. And first thing that we really saw come in on the trail, there was a few whitetail doe that were quite a ways back, but then we saw my first axis doe, which was like, okay, that was encouraging. We started to see some movement, and I'm just watching because this is so new to me and something different, and I just love seeing the animals. And I've told both Michael and Wade, you know, I want to make sure that when I pull the trigger, this is the right animal and it's something that we're going for. And they told me, you're going to know.
Definitely hit him hard. You hit him hard. Front end dropped out. How you feel?
Almost speechless, and you know that never happens. Wow. It happened just like you said it was gonna happen. Just sit here and wait for it. And
I told you whenever a good one comes out, you're not going to need the binoculars. It's not going to take a much look.
No. I'm thinking, I'm going to ask him if it's okay, but please don't let them say no.
No, that was an automatic. It's a big one.
Thank God. I just feel that, like, so much better. Like, seriously speechless. I don't even know what to say.
No, and you know, like you said, I mean, much like us, he's turned gray as he's gotten older.
Right.
All the way around. Now, he's just a perfect one. There's your blue entrance hole. You hit him right where I said, 3 inches above there. That's where the bullet went in, right there.
When you're a little OCD
That's
about
everything.
things, you got to get it right.
Yeah, I mean, that's where, I mean, that blew everything out. I mean, he didn't even go 50 yards. Way to go, Granny.
Thanks. I know, one more thing for the grandkids to look at.
Everybody's gonna be
So
tickle pink on
jealous.
that.
Congratulations, Amanda. After 3 days of being treated to diverse Texas wildlife sightings, you're walking away with one impressively sized axis and a lifetime's worth of awesome memories.